Hey guys, I wanted to share with you an insight that I've gleaned recently along my journey here. And that insight is that everything in life moves in cycles. Every opposite switches to its opposite. Every opposite is known in contrast to its opposite. Light is seen in contrast to dark, dark in contrast to light. Pleasant in contrast to pain, pain in contrast to pleasant. This being in contrast to that being in contrast to this being. But the play of opposites, the cycle of opposites, plays out in life in ways that are really painful for the person who seems to be living the life, a life of opposites. So for instance, in relationships, you may have noticed when you're really excited about someone and you just love them so much and you just can't get enough of them, eventually at some point in time, or in what seems to be time, that experience of that person, that positive experience, switches to its opposite. You're not so excited to be with them anymore. It doesn't feel like you love them as much anymore. And eventually it switches back from that. You're excited to be around them. You love them so much. Can't get enough of them. People are born and they die. But new people are born and then they die. Everything that comes also goes. And everything that goes also comes. Night turns to day, day to night. But night couldn't be understood without day, and day couldn't be understood without night. And we, as individuals, we appear in contrast to our absence. Like an image on a computer screen. If you've ever seen a still image on a computer screen or a phone screen, or a moving image, in fact. The pixels, some of them are light, some are dark. Some of them are lit up, some of them are not lit up. In fact, light, the lit up pixels can't be experienced as lit up unless for a moment they're not lit up. So the pixels are turning on and off. This hand is experienced as being in this location because it's not experienced as being in this location. It's here in contrast to its many opposites, or its absence, you could say. I am here talking to you because I'm not here talking to you. And if I wasn't here talking to you, I wouldn't not be here talking to you. I think I got that right. The double negatives are confusing. But anyway, you get the point. So what appears solid is not actually solid. You could say it's in a constant transition. And that's why it appears solid, because it's transitioning so fast that you can't see in the gap. You can't see the transition occurring. The reason you can't see it occurring is because the duration of time that it takes to transition is an illusion. Because time is an illusion. Time is part of the illusion of a universe, of a person sitting here talking to you, of speaking and hearing. There is time because we're not out of time, you could say. We're not out of time because there's time. Just like you're watching this video because you're not watching this video. It's the same simulation, if you will. And the reason why we can't always see that it's a simulation, we can't see the flitting in and out of the pixels, the turning on and off of the pixels, the transitions between opposites. The reason why, in other words, this seems solid to you is, again, because it takes no time for the opposites to transition. So you could say, another way of putting that would be, there is no transition. In the center of the circle, the play of opposites, is no dimension, dimensionlessness, infinity, forever sinking into itself. So the cycle of opposites is a circle, and in the center is infinity. And that's you, my friend. You are infinite. You are the infinity, appearing finite, appearing solid. Or you could think of yourself as a dot. Where is the center of a dot? Well, there is no center, because the center can always be divided further. Yet the dot appears solid. We are now at a point in this, we as in the simulated characters here, in this seemingly solid reality. We are at a point now where we're waking up, if you will, or realizing our infinite nature through the individual life, the individual perspective. We are seeing, in other words, that this reality that seems so real is also unreal, you could say. Its reality is unreal. Its unreality is real. There are no opposites. But the infiniteness of that is that it's not even that there are no opposites. There are no opposites in life. But there also are opposites in life. There are opposites and there are no opposites. There are not opposites and there are opposites. In the center is something we can't even speak of. because it has no opposite, nor does it have an opposite. It is not solid, in other words. It has no contrast. It's infinite. And so what does that mean? That means that you, as much as you may think you're here in a world, in a universe, you are, if you will, a incarnation or a manifestation or a fractal of the universe. And the universe is a fractal of, or an incarnation of, you. You. And I'm speaking now to infinity. This is infinity speaking to infinity. Through this, if you want to call it me an individual, through this individual to that individual. And in the collective, if you will, in the simulated reality of individuals, as we all awaken to this infinity, which we can't awaken to it because it already is. This already is infinity. But as we seem to awaken to it in this apparent time, in the apparent transitions of time, we're reaching a point now where time is seen as an illusion. So it's as if time is slowing down. You may have noticed. Or you could say time is speeding up. You may have noticed. So we can see that there are no opposites, and so we can play with the idea of opposites. We can imagine different perspectives. Because we can connect with the fact that everything is connected. Because everything is one. And one is everything. So my mind is your mind is my mind. So that's telepathy. When I pick up an object, I'm not picking up something outside of me, nor am I moving myself. I'm just imagining, if you will, a new perspective on myself. And that imagination doesn't require physical touch. So that's telekinesis. These things are becoming increasingly possible as we each awaken to our infinite nature and as we collectively awaken to our infinite nature. This apparent reality that seems solid, it is a gift, because, well, without it, we wouldn't be here. So embrace the pain, embrace the pleasure. For you can't really help it anyway, because it's you and you're it. And this is all the love that there is right here, right now.